What do you have to say?
This!
What do you deserve?
I deserve this.
You deserve all of it. Everything. You deserve this. She will.
Equal pay is not enough. From now on, equal pay is no longer enough. Because women need more. Our haircuts are more expensive. Our underwear is ridiculously more expensive. It's simply more expensive to be a woman than to be a man.
My problem is that this data is showing us that on average, women are paid 14% less than men in the organisations they work for.
I'm saying that 9% pay gap exists.
Yeah.
That's a gap between men and women. I'm not saying why it exists, but it exists. Now,
but
if
you
you're a
have to say
woman,
why
that
it
seems
exists.
pretty unfair.
So the gender pay gap is real. But before you hate me, let me explain. And all you feminists, stop rubbing your hands. I'm going to tell you that it's real, but not the way you think it is. It's not because of sexism. So it's always easy to blame all the men in the world for all the problems that there are, and men have made quite a few problems. That doesn't mean you need to blame all of them for all the mistakes and for the wage gap, because that's not how it works. 9! So there's a 5.8% wage gap. That is there, it is a fact, it's written down. But why is there a pay gap? What does this have to do with any sexism? How can it be sexist? Well, let me explain. The 5.8% pay gap is very deceptive. The media likes to show this number and then flame men and then say women need to be paid more and there needs to be equality. And okay, you can judge all you want, there needs to be equality and stuff, but equality of outcome is something very dangerous, I think. If you want equality of outcome, you will need to have exactly 50-50 everywhere, and that's just not possible. Think about it. Men and women don't get paid differently for the same job. It's dependent on a lot of factors like work experience, how long they have been working, what kind of job they have, what interests they have. It's very dependent from person to person. But in general, females choose jobs that pay less than men. Men choose jobs like engineers, construction workers, more dangerous jobs, and jobs that, require a lot of money because they're valuable. Women tend to choose jobs like teachers, nurses, secretaries. They have very different interests to men. Now, some hardcore feminists might flame me in the comments below, and they might, because I'm not telling women can't become scientists, engineers, or anything of that sort. They can. Go ahead. It's not going to close the pay gap, because there will always be women who choose other jobs that pay less, generally. And then you might say, well, we need to promote women to do those high-paying jobs, like become CEOs of high-paying companies. Well, yes, but no. You encourage women, you can encourage all you want, but women are still going to choose jobs that pay less because women have different interests than men do. That is a fact. The media likes to give you articles deceiving you, telling you there's a gender pay gap because it lures in a lot of people, but they do not explain why it's there. They just blame it on sexism and all these things. So it's very easy to get deceived by the media. Do not trust everything you see in the media. Saying, well, no, we need more women in the empowered positions. Well, that's their own choice. We live in a free society, in a free world. Equality of outcome is not the solution here, because they have tried that in Scandinavia and it has not gone well. Equality of outcome basically means that we close in on the gender pay gap and that we get as much women and men in the same companies, 50-50. That's not going to work. Jordan Peterson, my man here, explained this in an interview with Kathy Newman that you might saw a little clip in my intro, in which he said that equality of outcome sucks. If you want a company and you need 10 engineers and you want 5 male engineers, 5 female engineers, your male engineers will be way better than your female engineers. And no, it's not because men are more capable. No, not at all. That's because there's a much larger group to choose engineers from. There are way more males doing this kind of job than there are females. So if you want to pick competent people for your company, then you're gonna have to choose male engineers because there are way more of them. You can choose female engineers, of course, then, but there's a much smaller group to choose from, which means the chances are way more likely that they will be less competent than the men, if that makes any sense. We need to stop looking at genders to see if they're suitable for a job. Just look at them as humans. If this human is capable for this job, then I should hire that human. Women can choose whatever they want. They can become engineers, they can become technicians, they can become CEOs, but they don't want this in general. Some women might be less agreeable and will have those high-paying jobs because they like it, but some women will not. Maybe some people will prefer being a teacher or a nurse above being a CEO of something or a boss, I don't know. And there's another argument in sports, for example. People say, well, female football, I mean soccer, goddamn you Americans. Female football players don't get paid as much as male football players do. Male soccer players, Jesus, shit, as male soccer players do. Well, okay, I'm making a YouTube video here, so technically I'm a YouTuber. Well, I can sit here and complain, why don't I make as much money as PewDiePie does? I'm doing the same job as I'm doing the same profession. Well, of course, that wouldn't make any sense if I were to make as much money as PewDiePie has, because he has way more experience, he's been here longer, he works more than me, maybe, I don't know, and he's, you know, he has a great following. What more do I need to explain? It's great to be a female soccer player. I really like that. If you like being a soccer player, it's great, I'm happy for you, nice, but you will never get paid as much as men do, because men are more desired in soccer. People watch more men. That's a fact. People prefer watching the best from the best. Female soccer team will never be able to beat a male soccer team, except if maybe they're all like non-binary and they're technically male, but they play on the women's team. Yeah, I don't know about that. So people watch more male games. Male games sell more tickets, which means more money, more revenue. So the male players will get more money. That's another fact. Not as much people watch female games. So the women or men who are complaining about this wage gap in sports are just stupid. They do not know the facts, they don't know anything. Please stop complaining about the wage gap. The wage gap is not a problem. It can be there. It doesn't bother anyone. I think we have a lot worse problems on our hands right now, so let's just ignore it. It's not even a problem to begin with. For example, when I look up favorite jobs for female on Google, I always get most paid jobs, well, most best paying job for females. That's like, no, I mean favorite jobs, not best paid jobs. You don't do something for the money. If you like doing something, then you should do it. Of course, that's your dream, your passion. You can be a great lawyer, you can have a great degree, and you can still hate your job, even if you get paid very well. That's not the way the world works, just by saying, well, if you make a lot of money, you're gonna be happy. Well, money is useful, but it's not gonna make you completely happy. I might make a separate video on that. Yeah. So in conclusion, we have the choice to do what we want to do, and do whatever you want to do, what makes you happy, do that. You might not get paid as much, but hey. So in conclusion, if you do something in a society that is valuable and has a high demand, that will mean you'll make a lot of money, because not a lot of people offer this skill or this thing you can do to a big audience. That's why PewDiePie makes a lot of money, or Mr. Beast, because they do something not a lot of people do or can do, and they give it to a huge audience, which means they are valued in society. So just do something that is valued and you will make a lot of money. That's the way it works. Not as much people watch females in football, more people watch men, more revenue, more money. What more do I need to say here? Oh, hey, didn't see you there. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe for more content. I try to upload every week. More content like this, some random stuff in between, and let's just have some fun. So if you want to become a subscriber, by all means, feel free to do so. It's free. If you hate me, you can unsubscribe. Please don't. So hope to see you next week or the week after that. Bye-bye.